Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban is heading to Washington, D.C. to meet with President Trump. Orban has touted the trip as a meeting between two allies who are aligned on a number of issues. Probably most important for Orban, however, is his request for an exemption for Hungary from Russian oil sanctions. During the first Trump administration, Orban tried to posture himself as an ally to Trump within the European Union.
Viktor Orban has done a tremendous job in so many different ways, highly respected all over Europe. Probably, like me, a little bit controversial, but that's okay.
For President Trump, having a leader in Hungary like Viktor Orban was a way of showing that his MAGA philosophy extended beyond the borders of the United States, that his cues towards conservative values and nationalism really did resonate in Europe as well. This time around, however, Trump isn't looking for allies as much, and he's really trying to impose his will as much as possible on Europe. So there could be a slight disconnect between the first administration and this time around. A lot of analysts say that in terms of Orban's efforts to try to curry favor with President Trump, he's really trying to get him to turn a blind eye to his dealings with Russia and also with China, with which Hungary has a very deep relationship. Exemptions from oil sanctions are extremely important for Hungary, whereas most of the rest of Europe has decreased its reliance on Russian oil and gas. Hungary has actually increased its reliance. And right now it stands at about 80 to 86% of Hungarian oil imports. And so the potential to have secondary sanctions slapped on Hungary would put Hungary in a very vulnerable position. Hungary has been somewhat of an outlier among other European countries in the sense that under Trump, Orban has really tried to cultivate a relationship both with the United States and with Russia. That has a lot to do with the fact that Orban is looking for other power centers. He has created a lot of grievances with Brussels and the rest of the European Union, and often looks for other power players to somehow come in and fill that gap at times. There's a relatively multifaceted relationship between Hungary and Russia, and quite a close personal relationship between Putin and Orban. Orban went to Moscow last year, right after he met with Zelensky in Kiev, which drew a lot of criticism from other EU leaders. But there's a much deeper relationship going on here. Hungary not only gets its oil and gas from Russia, it also relies on a series of state loans as well. Up until now, Orban has played a very smart bet in playing both sides, Russia and the United States under Trump. Now, however, as we've seen relations sour between Trump and Putin, and the application of sanctions on Russia's biggest oil companies, that bet could become increasingly more risky. People who are looking at this relationship between Trump and Orban believe that this visit is going to be a real test for their relationship. It kind of puts a problem very squarely in the lap of Trump. He has to decide whether he will sanction an old friend or maintain credibility in his pressure on Russia.